Welcome back to the finish line. So I'm joined again with Tom from Better. So we're going to go through the weekend's racing from Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to take in the big racing and we're going to start with the Tingle Creek at Sandown. So this is the return of the champion chaser in Altior, and he has 3 to take on in So Royale, St. Calvados and Undersow. So Tom, looking like it's going to be a cracking race.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating four-runner race. There's not many four-runner races with a lineup like this. Altior, as you say, makes his seasonal reappearance. He's the champion chaser. Undersow, St. Calvados and So Royal. They've all had a run apart from Undersow. It would be a betting race for me. Yeah. It'd be a race to watch, but I think Altior's been fantastic. He probably wasn't right at Cheltenham last year, but he got the job done. Undersow, normally in his younger career anyway, he had to lead. St. Calvados likes to go forward as well, so that should set a good pace. Yeah. We had seen Undersow take a tug and sit in behind a leader or two last season, so maybe he'll do that and let St. Calvados make the running. It's set up to be a fascinating race, Andrew.
I can't wait to see this now. And Altior, in my opinion, is the best horse in training. Even as you said, he wasn't himself last year. He still managed to win 3 Grade 1s in a row.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be set up from St. Calvados is going to go off like the clappers again. Undersow might go with him. If they do that, it's just going to fall into Altior's lap. And I think it'll be Altior and So Royale 1-2.
Really? Well, as we discussed in the Jump season preview, St. Calvados is one of my horses to follow. I really like him. So I'm going to stick with him. If Undersow doesn't take him on and he sits in behind him, he could get an uncontested lead. He likes to go a gallop. I know Footpad may have had an overreach at one of the earlier fences the other day at Naas, but he had him in trouble. I think he had him beat. He's got that run under his belt now. Put a line through the Arkle last year. I really think he's going to have a really good chance of stepping up to open class Grade 1s. So Royale was very good in the Slur Chase. He's going to have a good chance. It's going to be a fascinating race. We'll find out a bit more about where Undersow is. I think he's going to get a soft ground. Yeah. So if he gets that, I think on soft ground he's definitely a 2.5. He's definitely a 2 miler. Sorry, on good ground maybe he wants 2.5. But I think his game is soft ground and 2 miles. Very interesting to see they don't go for the hilly way. Yeah, that's somewhere the owners are from Cork. They like to go down to the hilly way. It's normally his race to pick up. Really interesting that they want to come over here first time out this season.
They must have him in tip-top shape if they think they're going to take on Altior.
Yeah, they must really think that they've got a chance of winning. They wouldn't come over for no reason. The hilly way, I mean, we'll talk about that later. Great field, isn't that? But that looks obviously it's always going to be an easier race when you're not taking on Altior. Yeah. So it's really interesting to see they've come over here for that. And it's set up to be an absolutely fascinating four-runner race.
It is, and as you alluded to with the Arkle last year, I'd like to see if Undersow does take on St. Calvados that he doesn't get very, very headstrong like he done in the Arkle. Because I think if that happens again, he's going to sulk and he's going to drop away. Because let's be honest, Petty Mouchoir is not a world beater, and he sulked when he took him on. So if that happens, I think it will be Altior's to win. It is Altior's to win either way. And if it doesn't, I think St. Calvados is going to give Altior one hell of a race. And just alluded to with Undersow getting his soft ground, like what, he's hitting 11 now. Yeah. He doesn't, I know he's 11, but he doesn't look like he's stopping. Yeah. He still looks, his work apparently he's loving it as always. He's one of my favourite horses in training. I just love watching him racing, his enthusiasm, his jumping. He's 6-1. He's 6 to 1. He's a big price.
Yeah, he's
to follow Altior home.
He's going to be an interesting price. Altior's 4-6. Look, he's the most likely winner, isn't he? I would just take a punt. I think the latest odds St. Calvados is 6-1. He's the outsider of the field. He's the one. There's potential there that he could be something
He's
a
the
bit
unknown
special.
quantity.
So, yeah, at 6-1, I'd take a chance on him. But as I say, it wouldn't be a betting race, but it's going to be a fascinating race to watch.
There's actually a special I seen from Paddy Power for Altior to win on Saturday and to go on and win the champion chase is 9-4. I know it's not a great price, but if he wins on Saturday, you're going to get no price for Cheltenham.
Yeah.
So if you think he's going to win tomorrow or win on Saturday and win at Cheltenham, 9-4 is a price to take.
Yeah, if we look at the champion chase, I mean, footpads, we're up in the air with him a bit at the minute, but St. Calvados is one of the challengers, so royal as well. So if he does beat these well, I mean, 9-4 is probably
huge.
A fair price for the double,
Right, so now we're going to finish that up with a Tingle Creek. So I'm going to go for Altior.
I'll stick with St. Calvados to take him on at the prices, but again,
it'll be a watching brief.
Yeah, a watching race. Enjoy it.
Yeah. So next, we're going to have a look at the Becher chase at Aintree over the national fences. So I'm just going to get it here now. So the ones I like in this are Black Lion, Ballyoptic, and Don Poli. I really like Don Poli for this. I think he's tailor-made for the national fences.
Yeah. I saw Gordon said in the week that he said he's going well at home, but he's worried that he maybe hasn't gotten quite fit enough. I imagine he's a horse that takes a bit of getting fit. He's been off the track for 664 days. Fascinating to see him over those national fences.
I can't wait
to see if he could turn into a national horse. I think for a national he would need a bit of softer ground just to make him go that bit slower. He's got 11 stone 12 on Saturday. A tough ask first time out. But he's a grade 1 horse. You go back to his form. He was last seen. He was only beaten a length and a half, I think, by Size and John at the grade 1 at Leopardstown. He's a proper grade 1 classy horse, and that's something I have written down about this race, is actually to look at the top of the market. I think there's a lot of class at the top of the weight. Don Poli, The Last Samurai, Black Lion. I think they're proper class horses. They've got weight, but they're the class horses in the race.
They have it for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. They do.
Yeah, as you alluded to, Black Lion won this last year, and he's gone up 8 or 10 pounds from last year. Tristan Davis is going to have himself and Ballyoptic. He always seems to target this race. He likes to have runners in this, and Ballyoptic stays all day. He was collared in the Scottish National last year when I was on. I nearly cried. But I just can't get away from Don Poli. I have a thing for him. I think I've been waiting for last 2-3 years for this horse to see a national fence, and I'm really excited to see what he does. It'd be
fascinating to see him over a national fence. I think he'll take to it. I think I remember Gordon saying that they'd taken him out hunting to freshen him up, so he should take to the fences if he's been out hunting, hopefully. The Last Samurai, as you say, it's his first start for Harry Fry, which is interesting, from Kim Bailey. Harry had a bit of a quiet season last year, but he started this one off really well. He's been placed twice in this, and he was also second in the Grand National. He went a bit quick that day. Maybe he should have won. He's gone well fresh before. I think he'll run a cracker. And as you say as well, Twiston Davis's horse Black Lion, I see Sam has jocked up on him. He won this last year, £5 lower, 4th in a Grand National, proven form with both Black Lion and The Last Samurai over the national fences, which can be key. Hopefully Don Poli takes to them, but form over those national fences is definitely helpful. It's actually a really good renewal. If they all line up in this, it's going to be a good race. Just looking at the betting there, Don Poli 12-1. Fair price.
Yeah, and it's a fair each way price. You're going to get 4 or 5 places in a place come Saturday morning. There's one just that they're catching my eye, is a Colin Tizzer train, Ultra Gold. He loves it around here. He always seems to find his best form when he comes to Aintree. And he's not short. He's not short and he's not big by any means. So they're not taking a chance with 14-1. He's a good record around the national fences. So he's another horse to look at if you're having an each way betting it.
Yeah. The last time we were just looking there, Black Lion's 5-1, Ballyoptic 6-1, Theatre Territory 7s, Last Samurai 8s. At those prices, The Last Samurai might be my bet. I think first time out for Harry Fry might freshen him up. Harry's going well. He's gone well fresh before. He likes the course. He's run well over it. hard to get him out. I mean, keep an eye out for the bookmakers. They're going to be offering first 5, first 6 in this. If we get a large field, like we probably will, and I couldn't have him out the first 4 or 5, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, definitely couldn't have him out the first 4 or 5. He's gone well fresh. Harry's in good form. He's been placed twice in this race already. He was second in the Grand National. He got brought down last year's Grand National. Yeah, I really like him actually. I think he'd be one of my bets of the weekend each way, 8-1 in that.
Good shout. I'd have a small each way in on podium. I'd have a look at Ballyoptic as well. But it's just my heart is drawn to Ballyoptic all day.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So that's the Becher chase wrapped up. So next we're going to have a look at the King Henry VIII chase.